Yes then YouTube, we are back, but before we get into the custom tactics, drop a like on the video for me. That would mean the world to me. Let's smash 100 likes and hit that subscribe button to my channel. That would be amazing. So, I haven't done a custom tactics on this formation in a very long time, and I didn't even realise until the other day. So I thought, you know what? Someone commented on one of my videos about, oh, can you do an updated 4-3-1-2? And I was like, well, yeah, because I love that formation. It's very similar to the 4-1-2-1-2 narrow, but the only difference is instead of having a CDM, you've got a flat midfield 3. But you see with what I do with the player instructions, why it does then basically play as kind of like a 4-1-2-1-2 anyway. But there is a big twist that I've put on this, so make sure you do check it out. So, without any further ado, YouTube, balanced on the defensive style. I don't like pressure on heavy touch or press after possession loss, especially with the 4-3-1-2, because this formation is elite going forward, so it's all about getting it right defensively. Your cheapest and most reliable place to buy your FIFA 23 Ultimate Team coins. Please do check out mmoexp.com. Link is down in the description below. Use code WOLF at the checkout for 5% off your order. But yeah, YouTube, it is all about getting it right defensively, because going forward, the 4-3-1-2 is an elite formation anyway in its own right, without any further ado. So, get it right defensively. Because of that, balance on the defensive style. Sorry, I just smacked my mic there. Don't use pressure on every touch or press after the possession loss. I don't particularly like it. Balance is the way to go. Like with a 3 or 5 at the back formation, I've actually gone for a very narrow width with the 4-3-1-2, because literally, like I just said 10 seconds ago, all about getting it right defensively. We need to be defensively solid in the 4-3-1-2 to make it that elite tier formation, which I really think it is. I think the good thing about this FIFA, YouTube, I don't particularly like the gameplay aspect of it that much. I think it's better than last year's, but what I really like about this FIFA is there's a lot of different formations you can use, and there's not really a drop-off. Yes, I think that there's one standout formation, which is probably the 5-4-1 or the 4-3-2-1. I think they are the standout formations. But then I think if you use like a 4-1-2-1-2, a 4-3-1-2, a 4-4-2, a 4-2-2-2, a 3-4-2-1, any of these different formations, I think they're all just as good as each other. I think you can really make a lot of formations work. That's what I like about this FIFA. So, 35 on the width. Make it nice and narrow, compact. Your left back tucked into your left centre back. Your right back tucked into your right centre back, etc. The defensive depth is then 55. So you see, normally I would play a 60 depth. Like I was saying a minute ago, it's all about getting this formation right defensively. So because of that, we've lowered the defensive depth ever so slightly from 60 to 55, just to give us that extra security at the back. Our defensive line isn't pushed up like it would normally be on the 60, even though 60 isn't a very high depth in terms of a YOLO like I used to play 70 a lot. It's not like that. But the 55 to the 60 does make a bit of a difference in making our defensive line a little bit deeper, thus making it harder to break down. So that's what I use to balance. 35-55 combo on the 4-3-1-2. Really OP. Yes, you guessed it, on the offense, YouTube, balance and direct passing. I'm not going to be using anything other than that. But, and there is a but, like I've been saying a lot in my recent videos, if you are on old gen or new, well, if you are even on old gen, definitely, but if you're on new gen and you don't like balance and direct passing, definitely give long ball balance a go. I like it. I think long ball and balance, regardless of if you're on old gen or new gen, is 100% a viable option. But I think it is a lot better on old gen than new gen. But for me at the minute, balance and direct passing, my absolute bread and butter, YouTube. The offensive width is actually 45. Okay, so it is 45. I've lowered it from 50 to 45. Basically, I want my midfield 3 to be very narrow for a defensive side of the game. And also when we're attacking, I don't actually want the left centre mid and the right centre mid pushing out too wide, because you will see what I do with the playing instructions in a minute, why I don't want that. So that's why I've gone with a little more narrow offensive width right there on the 45. I really like that. Players in the box, yes, you guessed it, 7. I'm really back on the 7 hype train. 7. I'm really back on it. I'm loving it. No real method to the madness. I just always think the more players you have in the box, more likely you are to score a goal. It really is that simple, YouTube. That's just the way it is. More players in the box, more likely you are to score a goal. Bish bash bosh. Of course, YouTube, 2 corners and 2 free kicks. So, custom tactics done. We are on the road to glory, by the way. We're not on the pay to win today. This is how the 4-3-1-2 is set up on the road to glory. Kane and Lewandowski, of course, 2 strikers. Gucci Gang as the cam. Odegaard left centre mid, Modric and Saka centre mid and right centre mid, and then back 4, pretty obvious. So, player instructions, YouTube. This is where you earn your mullah. This is where you earn your money on the game with the 4-3-1-2. You probably guessed the strikers, actually, because the strikers don't really change from formation to formation really that much. Stay central and getting behind. Like I've said in many videos, YouTube, use the getting behind, because even if you don't, even if you don't play the ball to the strikers, think of then the room that then creates for the cam. Like, just think about it. Just think that Lewandowski and Kane will be making the runs in behind. Obviously, you will get the option to play the ball to them if they make a good run. If they make a not so good run, just then think that the opposition's defenders are then occupied by the run of the two strikers. Then there's a lot more space for the cam to operate in. There is method to the madness, YouTube. There is. There 100% is method to it. And that then brings me nicely onto the cam. And one thing I would say as well, YouTube, the cam is, in my opinion, the most important player when using a narrow formation. Whether it is the 4-1-2-1-2, the 5-2-1-2, the 4-3-1-2. Any formation that has a cam, like a middle cam, that's your most important player on the pitch. It is so important. Everything goes through this player. So this probably needs to be your best player or your two strikers, in my opinion. And because of that, the cam is on stay forward and get into the box for a cross. So we do defend basically in a 4-3-1-2. None of this 4-4-2 malarkey that I do use on quite a few formations to defend with. In the 4-3-1-2, I actually defend in the 4-3-1-2. So the cam will stay forward very close to my two strikers, actually. We're not too close. And it will be literally defending like you see on your screen right there. That is how we're defending it. Get into the box for cross again. No real method to that madness other than the fact the more players you have in the box, more likely you are to score a goal. It works. Trust me. The left centre mid then, YouTube, completely default settings, apart from that I will put him, well, I do put him on cover centre. So I don't want him on cover wing. That's what the default settings would look like. Go right down to cover wing and put it on to cover centre. Bish, bash, bosh. Nice and easy. Completely default. He may push forward or he may stay put where he is. Work rates are, that's where they mainly come into play, but they don't really. It's just up to me. I can trigger him. I can trigger him manually myself with the LB passes. If I want him to go forward, LB runs. If I want him to go forward, if he doesn't, it'll probably just sit there nicely. I like that. Middle centre mid then, YouTube. He is basically like the CDM. So he is on stay back while attacking and cover centre. He will not venture forward at all. So your CDM needs to be someone that is good defensively. He won't venture forward. He may like do a little 1-2 where he goes a little further forward, but he will not venture anywhere from that mid of the pitch, which you need. My right centre mid then, YouTube, and there is a reason for this, but you can flip this. He is then on getting to the box for cross and cover centre. So one of the central midfielders, YouTube, put them on getting to the box for cross, but you need to listen to what I'm saying here very carefully. I have the right centre mid on getting to the box for cross because I then use my right back on stay back while attacking. So my right back won't go forward at all because obviously he's on stay back while attacking. So because of that, I put the right centre mid on getting to the box for cross. And that is because I have my left back on balanced attack and overlap. So my left back will overlap. He will make forward runs right up and be the outlet from the left-hand side. Kind of like Unai Emery does at Aston Villa. Up the Villa, we're going on a European tour. If you want to flip that, YouTube, so if you want your right back being on balance, then your left back on stay back while attacking, have the central midfielder, so if it, whichever fullback is on stay back while attacking, have that sided midfielder on getting to the box across to give you the attacking outlet from that side, okay? That's the way I do it. So my left back's on balanced attack and overlap. Because of that, my left centre mid completely default settings. My right back on stay back while attacking. Because of that, my right centre mid on getting to the box across. And last but not least, YouTube, my goalkeeper comes for crosses and sweeper keeper. And that right there is my updated 4-3-1-2 custom tactics video for you guys. Didn't think I'd be doing a video on this in a while. Thank you for watching. Remember, spread the love and positivity. PMA, positive mental attitude. Peace out. One love.